Clash Royale has over 120 cards now, and I feel like recently the cards haven't been as good. Like they've been broken on release, and then they get very nerfed to the point where they're not as strong anymore. So I'm not saying the cards I'm going to come up with today are strong, but these are cards I think would be pretty cool to see in Clash Royale. So first up, we have the Rage Spirit, which when it attacks an enemy troop, it will drop a little area of rage, the rage spell. It'll probably be the same radius as the Heal Spirit's healing, but it will just be a small rage spell that will last for like 2 seconds or around there. And any, obviously, the spirit will damage the troop, a little chip damage, but the main purpose is to enrage your other cards just for a short period of time. Next up, we have the Wind Spirit, which is honestly one of my favorites I've come up with. So basically, when it attacks a troop, it'll, aside from buildings, obviously, it'll knock back them like 2 tiles, just so it'll it'll help you with your elixir, like building up elixir for a strong push. Like if there's like a P.E.K.K.A. coming, you'll be able to you'll have more time to react by placing the Wind Spirit, and it'll knock it back a little bit. Again, 1 elixir, nothing too crazy. So this next one, I made the first ever spirit that isn't 1 elixir, and you can debate this in the comments if you want. I have the Steel Spirit for 2 elixir. So what it'll do, it's a regular spirit, but it has a little more health because it's made of steel. It'll move a little slower, but when it jumps on you, it does a lot more damage, but I'd say like twice the damage like a level 11 spirit would do, or however. So it's basically, so far, if these spirits get added, this would be the strongest spirit. And I think it would be pretty cool, and it would probably be in a lot more decks than other spirits. So the next spirit, which right now is the last spirit I have, is the Nature Spirit. Now, I did not come up with this myself. I have seen somewhere on like the Clash Royale comics or whatever, because I know that's where how the P.E.K.K.A. originated. But my version of the Nature Spirit, which I do think that's what the Clash Royale people have said, the Nature Spirit, I think this will depend if it's in your deck. Like, the last card defeated will like stay planted in the ground, as in it'll like be there just unalive. And when the Nature Spirit can deal damage if there's no troop, or it'll deal damage, but it'll also jump. Actually, I don't think this should deal damage. I think it'll jump on that troop that's not active right now. It'll revive it, but with half health. So it's not too overpowered. This is 1 elixir, but depending on how it'll work functionally, I could see this as a 2 elixir spirit. But I think it would just be pretty cool. Like the first spirit that doesn't do damage, and it revives, and it would similar to like how the mirror, you have to, I know not a lot of people use mirror, like how you have to be, like say you want to do like mirror Prince. You won't want to do Prince then like Fire Spirit, because now the mirror is Fire Spirit. You'll want to like be careful. Like if you want to revive the P.E.K.K.A., make sure you don't place any cards after the P.E.K.K.A., and then you do the Nature Spirit. So a little strategy, not too much, but I think it would be pretty cool to revive. Like if you revive a Mega Knight, then the game's just broken. But so for now, that's it for the spirits. Now this next card is honestly my favorite overall. We have the Mole. Now, how this works, it'll be a 3 elixir card it's just a little like mole, right? It has, similar to the Evo Goblin Drill, it has those like health checkpoints or whatever you want to call them. You could place him anywhere on your side. Whenever he gets up to that first, say he loses a third of his health, now he'll teleport, like I say teleport, but he digs under the ground and goes to another spot on the map, or your side of the map that's near a troop, an enemy troop. And then that enemy troop will now be focused on the mole, trying to get it. And then after the second health point or whatever, it teleports to another spot. So how this works really, I think it's pretty cool because it'll sort of like kite the opposing troops. But like if it's on the left side and it goes all the way to the right, obviously it's not going to lure that troop all the way over. But I think it's cool, it'll distract troops, which I think could be really good for pushes. And again, if you want to save up your elixir for a bigger push, this could really help. And, yeah, I really think this is a cool concept. So I didn't do this with any of the spirits, because I feel like they're very, tiny troops, so I didn't want to do. But I have given the mole an evolution and a hero form. So the hero form, after the first, when you pop the ability for the mole, this will be 2 elixir. It'll deploy a second mole, but it'll only teleport halfway through itself. It won't have 3. I think this could be good because just 2 moles on the board going to different places is already enough. And again, this could be broken, or it could barely do anything depending on the type of push the opponents have. But I do think, again, it'll distract the enemy troops a lot, and it'll help you save up for a push. And I don't think it's that broken of an ability. So the evolution form for the mole, it'll obviously have more health, or it'll deal less damage. I'll say that, obviously, so keep that in mind. After each checkpoint, it will do, a ring of, knockback. Similar to how, think of, when the Evo Wizard loses his shield and it does knockback. That's what the mole will do. Probably not as big, but it'll deal damage and knock back the enemies after each checkpoint and after its defeat. So that's 3 knockbacks on different sides of the board. Now this is only 1 mole. It's not like the hero with 2 moles. But I do think, that was a motorcycle. I do think that this, again, I'm trying to make them not that broken, but I do think knockback after each health point could be pretty good. So that is it for my video. I probably will make another video of this at some point, just more custom Clash Royale cards. I know these are all spirits, but I do think it's pretty cool. And I do think if these cards get added, I'm not going to say break Clash Royale because they're spirits, and a mole, they probably won't. But I do think they would be cool additions and find their way into some decks. So, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.